Hello, hello, my friends. Welcome to the Sunshine Study. I'm Dr. Rebecca, and our title today is The Soundtrack of Your Soul, Finding Your Rhythm. Now, I bet you think I'm going to talk about music, and I will a little bit, but the soundtrack of your soul, the soundtrack of your life, I want you to think about that. Now, I grew up in a world of big records that you put on a machine and tapes and then CDs and then a thing called mini discs, which I really loved. But if you think about the soundtrack that you would make for your life, the mixtape, the playlist, what would be on it? Do you have them now? Do you have a list of music on your phone or a device or on a tape? Think about what you would have on it. Are the music pieces that you're listening to joyous, inspiring, encouraging, hopeful, make you feel better? It's a powerful thing to use. So I have playlists on my phone, which took me forever to work out how to do, but I have given them titles. I have exquisite, I have joyous, I have inspirational, I have recently purchased, which for some reason I didn't make that title up, it just happened. I have worship songs, I have calm music, I have just titles that I know I will just play that playlist and I will feel better afterwards. It's doing something good for my mind because I'm hearing the words, the music is uplifting my soul, and sometimes if I'm moving to it, that's a lovely thing. And many of the times, those words are instructing me on how to deal with the challenges of life. Keep going, don't give in, you're valuable, be joyous, do what you can. These are the messages of my work all the time, but if I can hear them sung beautifully, look what you've overcome, see how valuable you are. Good stuff. So if you think about the conventional issue of rhythm and music, it's a lovely way to start. Now here's the exact opposite. What is the rhythm that's going on in here? How do you speak to yourself? Whose voice is it? Is it a harsh inner critic? Is it a nasty bully from the past? Is it a teacher or a parent or a sibling or somebody who said something wonderful to you that inspired you? Or is it a combination of those things? Or have you tidied up all of that and it's just you? It's a lovely thought, isn't it? So think about the external rhythm and music. Think about the internal dialogue that's going on. And also, do you hum? Because apparently humming is very good for you. It's a lovely thing to think about doing. And then there's another combination here, the silence of the rhythm of your life. Now, I often attend Quaker meetings, and they are prayerful meetings for an hour, and they call them meetings for worship. And I thought I would go and just pray for an hour, and that group effort would do me a lot of good, and hopefully my presence would be useful. But sometimes people speak and they offer what they call ministry. So every now and again, somebody will stand up and say something that's profound and wise and lovely and makes you think. So it's not always an hour of silence. But I have found, especially with the noise of the world and our lives, and often the busyness of the world, is that silence is good for us. Not too much, not too little. We have to find the balance that is good for us. Not too demanding either, but that it just calms the things down. It's like a punctuation mark, like a pause, a reset. So think about the silence of your life now, where you need some more, where it's too quiet, because sometimes the loneliness is a very difficult thing. But if it's constructive silence, a restoration, a rejuvenation, then that's something very profound. And what all of these things are, when I say the soundtrack of your soul, finding your rhythm, it's about balance. And it's about the balance that fits you. Now, you may have heard the phrase work-life balance, but what about thinking there might be just pockets of balance? We may not be able to be balanced all the time, but it's not wise to be imbalanced for a protracted period of time either. I often say to clients, and they'll sort of apologize, or they'll say, you might not approve of this. And I nearly always say to them, don't worry about what I think. I'm on your side. I want to be at your side. I'm always proud of you. I know you're trying really hard. I know you're trying to find some balance or certainly correct the imbalances that are destructive. So of course it's wise to work hard for a period of time. Of course it's wise to train hard or give hard or do whatever you can. But that level is not often sustainable. So it's about some balance, some rest, some silence, some calmness, so that there is time for joyous music, there's time for silence, there's time for a wise inner chatter and a wise outer chat too. So it's about balance in all things, I find. And then my fourth part about finding the soundtrack of your soul is that your intention is what matters. And putting your intellect in gear with your intuition, and that gives us good evidence. It's like a sat nav for our souls. So finding who we are and what we have to offer and valuing that is the soundtrack of our souls, because we make our own music. Isn't that a lovely thought? And once we put the three powerhouses of goodness into that, and that's industry, we work hard, intellect, we put our brains on it, and integrity, we put our hearts into it, and we behave well as often as we can consistently. When we're those three things, we are powerhouses of goodness to this world. And my goodness, we need more goodness, don't we? So the powerhouse of giving, of receiving, of being utterly joyous and more ourselves is the soundtrack for our hearts, our minds, and our souls. And we could probably make 100 videos on each of them. But, think about what you would like your life to sound like. What would be the music? Can you expand on the music that you don't know much about? Can you learn some more? Can you savor some more? I'll leave you with this. My husband loves classical music. So wherever you go, there's usually Radio 3 following him somewhere, or Classic FM. And he is so enriched by it that it's inspiring. And that all started because he listened in the World Cup of 1990 to Pavarotti sing Nessun Dorma. And as a mad football fan, he decided he would learn more about this. And he actually went to see Pavarotti. And he's been at the Royal Opera House and Northern Symphonia and lots of concerts and lots of listening, because he liked one little bit, and look what grew. So if you think about that, it might be jazz, it might be soul music, it might be pop, it might be classical, it might be playing an instrument, it might be listening to beautiful words. Whatever fills your soul, I think, has value, and then you can fill others' souls. So, soundtrack of your life. And if it's not good, you can turn the volume down. But if it is good, you can turn it up. Take care, my friends. God bless. Be safe. Please like, subscribe. Thank you for staying till the end. Thank you for being a life joy. Take care. God bless. Be safe.